This video will show you 3 ways to animate text in Canva. Under Create a Design, I'm choosing the video option. I'll be using these 3D pink bubble letters to spell out hello. As you can see in the search bar to the top left, there is a set number. I like to take note of the set numbers just in case I want to use these elements in future projects. I'm just playing around with the spacing and using the position button to bring certain letters forward and push other letters behind. And I've now chosen a sky background because I think the letters will really pop against the blue. So as you can see, every time I duplicate the page, I'm mildly rotating the letters. So with the HELL, I'm moving them back and forth, and the O, I want to do a full rotation just to have a little bit of variety in the movements. So now pressing play, I can see that this is moving way too slow, but I can see how each letter is moving with each different frame. So I can go back and tweak something if it's not moving how I want it to. But if you look at the very top of the screen, it says 5 seconds. So I'm gonna go up, hit that button, because this needs to be moving way faster in order to get a nice animated effect. So now I'm hitting it and I want it to do 1 second. And then I also hit the button below that says apply to all pages. So we're actually going to speed this up to half a second, and then that's looking more accurate. So now I'm going to continue in this. I'm going to keep adding more tweaks to each additional page that I add. And I'm just going to do that till I'm satisfied. I'll save this as an MP4 video, but the next couple options I'm going to show you will be saved as a GIF file. And here's the finished product. Again, you can always go back and change the timing if you want it to move a little faster or slower, but I'm happy with how this turned out. For this example, I've opened up a text box and typed in hello, and I'm duplicating this page 5 times. For each page, I'm going to remove 1 less letter than the page before. You'll notice this isn't the same kind of workspace as the video. This is just a regular project. It's not a video project, but I could still present it and press play. So we could see the H starts in the middle and then it slowly expands, and my little graphics aren't doing anything. So I'm gonna try to, in each different frame, move the graphics a little bit as we did in the past example, and we'll see how that looks. And again, when we play with the timing at the top, we're going to select all for all screens to make them the exact same time. So now previewing this one, we could see that the word is still starting from the middle and coming out, and the elements are moving back and forth. I'm going in and removing the elements now because I want to try a different method. So I'm going to keep the hello, but instead of it starting from the middle, working its way out, I want it to start at the beginning and then work its way to the end. So I'm going to start at my bottom screen and I'm going to hit copy. Now every time I hit paste, it's going to paste it exactly where it was on the original screen I copied it from. So I'm just going to move the shorter version of the word over and perfectly align it, and then delete the hello. This way it'll stay perfectly aligned in every single frame. And so because this text is going to start at the beginning of the page and then work its way to the end, I can do this by just clicking animate and animate my text. But because I want to add a little element, a moving element on the last frame, I'm going to just show it to you this way. So now here's a preview of the word being spelt out, and in the last frame, the graphic appearing. So here's the final preview of what I choose as my finished look for this one. And this I'm going to save as a GIF file, which works well for a short clip with no sound. Once the GIF file is saved, it's going to show it as like many pages, but just re-upload this into Canva and then you'll have a nice smooth looping GIF. So I made this little PNG in a previous video. It was in my How to Make a Biolink website video, and I like it because my character is in a circle, but the space buttons are still popping out of that image, so it just looks a little bit more dynamic. So what I want to do here is just make a little GIF, and I want to say subscribe, and then at the bottom, at Lazy Girl Digital, just something I can incorporate into different designs or different things I end up creating. And when I said I designed this PNG, that's not including the artwork of the character. I'm referring to placing the character in a circular frame and having the space buttons pop out of that frame. So that part I designed, but not the character. I hired 2 different artists to come up with this cartoon version, and then my little version in the corner was done by 2 different artists. Stay tuned for a future video where I talk about that further. But if you're interested in these 2 artists, please check out my description below for their information. So back to this animation, I'm just playing around with the placement and the curve and the spacing of the subscribe, and I'm just trying to get it right. So now that I've clicked on this text box, let's hit animate. There's a lot of different ways we can have this text animate, but I'm gonna go with neon because I think it will work well with this project. Some of the animations, once you click on them, they'll give you the opportunity to change this speed or like intensity, or there'll be different versions of it within this little menu here. Just to bring a little more attention to my main image, I'm going to add in some twinkling stars, and I'm just going to put them behind my main Lazy Girl image. And for the second text box, I'm just going to try a different setting within the neon button. Here's the finished product. If you are enjoying watching my videos, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. At the beginning of this video, I did say that I had 3 ways to animate text. So this is just a little bonus on how to use the animate button 2 different ways to get 2 different results. Just to make this look on brand, I'm pulling up a background that I've made in the past, and I'm just going to write in my heading, "Thanks for watching." So this is in one text box. So when I hit the animate button, it's going to treat this whole image as one thing to animate. So then I'm also going to duplicate this image to make this exact same style, but I'm going to break up "thanks for watching" as 3 different words. And once I do that, when I animate them, it's going to treat them as 3 different things to animate. Even though it's all going to be part of the same little phrase, it'll just look more dynamic. So here we have 3 separate text boxes, and now we're going to see how they react when we hit the Animate button. So here's option 1, and here's option 2. Let me know in the comments below which option you prefer.
Please check out the links in the description for Canva, PLACEIT, and PRINTFUL.